Hi, welcome to Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, presented by Alloy Rochester Personal Training. I'm Brooke Allen. It is amazing. This is episode 4. We are so excited to be in a brand new location, the beautiful Tuscan Cafe in downtown Northville, right on Main Street. We will be here for the next 3 weeks, so a big thank you to Tuscan Cafe for hosting us. Also, we want to give a special thank you to all the businesses who are allowing us to stream on their Facebook pages this morning. Our presenting sponsor, of course, Alloy Personal Training, Rochester. Another one of our sponsors, Time War Vintage LLC, Skinny Teas, Artisan Bath and Skincare. Of course, my own Facebook page, you can find that at Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, My Michigan TV, and also the Farmington Barn. And of course, you need to follow us if you want to stay up to date on all of the caffeine and all of the conversations. We've got plenty of it. And you can find me at Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen on Facebook, also on Instagram, Brooke Allen Official. And of course, like us, share, follow. We're a brand new show, and any of that, all of that helps us, so we appreciate your support. Also, this is super important. If you have a topic that you want to talk about or a story that you want to share, please reach out to us on our website. That is Brooke Allen, our Caffeinated Conversations with BrookeAllen.com. We would love to hear from you. Of course, we are now on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Please look us up. So now it is time to grab your coffee. We have so much to talk about. A local resource to help grandparents raising grandkids, also with some 13,000 Michigan children in foster care. We will introduce you to a nonprofit that is helping the foster children, also the families that have them in their care, thrive. Also, Christmas at the Farmington Barn, and we will announce our December act of caffeinated kindness. That is all coming up. And of course, we're also excited to announce that we'll be on the road tomorrow in Livonia for this week's flash sponsor, which is Exercise Warehouse, Michigan's premier choice for exercise equipment. But first, it is time for Coffee of the Day, and I am sitting here with Will Henley, owner of Tuscan Cafe. And Will, thank you so much for hosting us. This is a beautiful location, also pretty popular, I must say. We've got a lot of activity going on. And tell me what's unique about Tuscan Cafe.
I think I don't know. We serve coffee, right? That's probably pretty unique.
That's how you got me here.
I think the biggest thing that we do here is just add a little personality to the coffee. We have baristas and people who've worked with us over the years, and they really get to know the customers. The customers get to know our staff, and so I always say the one thing that I've done well is hire.
And that's important, especially in this day and age.
Absolutely.
Right?
So yeah.
And you know, you have so many unique lattes.
Yeah.
I've tried one right now. I'm drinking the maple turmeric?
Maple roll turmeric latte.
Oh my gosh, it is so good. Okay, so tell me what's in this.
So we make a honey latte, or a honey simple syrup. Mm-hmm. We add turmeric, cinnamon, nutmeg. Okay. And then we add a little bit of Canadian maple syrup. So
it is delicious.
Yeah. And then we do it in a double shot latte.
Okay. So this is good. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to like it, but I do.
Thank you.
I might have to have another one, honestly. Yeah. So what are your hours?
So we're open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. On Sundays, we sleep until 8 a.m. And we're here till 5 p.m. on Sundays.
How long have you owned Tuscan Cafe?
I've owned Tuscan since 2004. We've been in business since 1995. It was actually my first job. I started in high school.
Really?
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. And yeah, it's been...
So you actually, this location wasn't always on Main Street.
Correct. Yeah, we moved here. One of the crazy things of the pandemic was we were able to have seating outside. And so we had our little cafe on Center Street. We had more and more seating outside, even more than we ever had inside. And so then we were able to, this location became available. It would have been, in my mind, like a huge jump coming without having that additional seating. But then I was like, well, I think we can serve more people than we are. Wow. And so we came here and we've been, filling the cafe. We have almost 100 seats inside, and usually there's always one to be found, but there's a lot of them. They're all filled.
Right. So I do have to tell you that when we were telling people our new location was Tuscan Cafe, so many people were excited and saying, I love that place. Yeah. That is so awesome. And because you don't only have coffee here, you've got a lot of pastries, you can see behind us, and sandwiches. You've got a lot of stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. So one of the things that we've been able to do, we've always partnered with Zingerman's in Ann Arbor. We're one of their oldest daily deliveries from the bakehouse. And we've always offered high quality pastries. Once we moved here, we have a full kitchen in the basement, so we were able to additionally add and supplement those, as well.
Right.
So we're getting 7 days from Zingerman's, but we're also creating a lot of those pastries. We do like loaf cakes. We do a zucchini loaf. I think we're working into gingerbread loaves. So
I'm all for that.
It's Monday. I haven't been here all weekend, so I don't know what they've done. So.
All right. Well, you know what? I can tell you. Thank you, first of all, for hosting us. We are going to be here for 3 weeks. We love it. It's a beautiful location, and the coffee's not bad either.
All right.
So thank you so much. So
cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much. Thanks, Will.
Thanks.
And again, that is Will. We are keeping the coffee hot, and we are live at Tuscan Cafe in downtown Northville. You are watching Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, presented by Alloy Rochester. We'll be right back.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. On your TV, on your phone, on the web. All Michigan streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
Traverse City, where falling flakes give rise to wintry pursuits, like a daring descent down a black diamond run, or riding the rails at a local terrain park, a silent glide across glistening snow, or making first tracks in a remote pine forest, then relaxing, at last, with a warm cup and good company as the fire crackles and the flakes keep falling. In Traverse City, life is better when you're in a pretty great place. Visit traversity.com.
At Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, we are so excited that Alloy Personal Training Rochester is our presenting sponsor. And it's getting cold. It was 23 degrees today when I dropped the kids off at school. And we know it's going to get colder because winter not officially here, but the holiday season is. And I don't know about you, but I'm a little worried about gaining weight during the holiday season. So in order to prevent that and stay in shape for the summer, because we know it will eventually be back, head to Alloy Personal Training Rochester, because that is where they will design a program based on your needs, your goals, also your fitness level. Trent is their director of training. Reach out to him and you can find them. They are on the southeast corner of Tinkin and Rochester Road. Very convenient location and a beautiful facility. And you can find all the information you need at alloypersonaltraining.com. Search for Rochester, Michigan. Have a great day. Are we good? Oh, the beauty and joy of live TV. Welcome back. We are so glad you are with us at Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. Again, we are here at our brand new location. This is episode 4. We are now in Northville at Tuscan Cafe right on Main Street. So many grandparents in Michigan are stepping up to raise their grandkids and keeping them out of the foster care system. The Oakland Livingston Human Service Agency Grandparents Raising Grandchildren, helping those families navigate the challenges and build strong bonds. Lisa Grotsky, you are with us. And of course, you are the program manager at Oakland Livingston Human Service Agency. And it was pretty interesting. You had reached out to me because this is something that isn't out there a lot, right? I mean, you don't know it unless you know it.
Right. Well, grandparents who are raising grandchildren and other relative caregivers of children has been around for thousands of years, right? It takes a village to raise a child.
For sure.
However, there's been a recent uptick in grandparents and other relatives who are parenting their relatives' children for a variety of different reasons. And a lot of them don't know that they're actually called kinship caregivers.
So define kinship for me. I was looking at that this morning online, and I thought it was the definition's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so kinship is a relative taking on the parenting and hands-on care of a child that they're related to. And kinship has been expanded recently to include victim kin, which are those honorary aunties, uncles, grannies in our lives. People that we've known all of our lives. If something were to happen to our parents, we would want one of these victim kin or an actual relative to take care of our children, right?
For sure. So are they actual guardians of these children, or is it just depend on the situation?
So, you know, for lack of a better term, it's kind of a hodgepodge of different things.
Okay.
Some are actually in the foster care system as a formal kinship caregiver. Others have temporary or full guardianships where they go to court every year and renew. Some of them have legal custody, power of attorney, and some of them have truly informal situations where they've rescued their grandchildren from dangerous situations, or they've, had a verbal agreement with a birth parent.
So as far as your organization, and there are a ton of resources out there that people may not even know about.
Yep, so we are in a network of other organizations who are service providers to kinship caregivers through the Michigan Kinship Care Coalition, and we also have a plethora of resources and community partners that help us with the unique situations of caregiving, in an intergenerational home.
Right.
We call these grand families, and the grand families are in need of various different things. Oftentimes, if they're not in the not receiving benefits through the child welfare system, they are raising these children on their own income. A lot of them have
no extra support.
No extra financial support. They're extending their work. They've delayed retirement. If they're already retired, they are literally raising these children on their pensions and Social Security.
And that's a big burden.
It is.
Right? It's a big burden. And so how do people, I know that the opioid crisis has played a big part in this, right? I mean, the uptick, you mentioned a recent uptick in other family members caring for children. And it could be a number of things, a number of reasons why that situation has arisen.
Yeah.
But what do you think what's the biggest reason that you see?
What I'm seeing the most, and it's not really being addressed as heavily as the opioid epidemic or even COVID, is mental health challenges of birth parents. A lot of grandparents and other relatives are taking care of their kin because their parents are not capable of raising them, and sometimes that spirals into substance abuse or usage of alcohol or abandonment and other things, and consequently sometimes incarceration and death. So, but mental health is probably the number one reason. It is the number one reason why in our 3-county service area people are raising grandchildren and other relatives.
So what is your number one piece of advice for maybe a grandparent or an aunt or uncle who may be seeing a situation and not know it's dangerous maybe for the kids, but that causes a whole nother thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it's like, okay, well, you're not fit to take care of your children. We need to step in. What is the first thing they need to do?
Well, they need to know that what they're considering doing, or maybe what they're already doing, is called kinship care. And if they have a computer or smartphone, which most of us have now, to look it up. And there are a lot of resources in our state. There is a toll-free kinship care resource center hotline that they could call. They could call their local area agency on aging. Okay. They could call a community action agency like OLSA is, or Oakland Livingston Human Service Agency, and find resources. In every area of the state of Michigan, there is some sort of resource to help kinship caregivers. But if you don't know what it's called, you're kind of up late at night searching. I'm a grandma raising a grandchild. Right. And honestly, that's how a lot of people find me.
And you, you're out there, you're getting the word out, the support. And for the kids, this isn't always an ideal situation for them to be with this other family member either.
Right. Every child wants to be with their parent. Mm-hmm. They long for their parents. And it's a difficult dynamic to be a loving grandparent and all of a sudden become their parent, because a lot of the grandparents actually have other grandchildren that don't live with them, they're not parenting. So the dynamics there is a strain there. The number one thing for parenting grandparents is they need to have self-care. They need to be aware that they need to take care of themselves, seek out resource. One of the biggest things I think is lacking for this population, Brooke, is respite for kinship caregivers, especially in Oakland, Macomb, and Livingston County, where I service people. They are Plan B. Parents are Plan A, and Plan B is this other relative, oftentimes an older adult grandparent, and they just don't get a break like other types of caregivers might.
Right, for sure. We always hear the old old saying, right? Oh, well, the grandparents can feed them a lot of sugar and then send them home.
Yeah, no,
right?
home
And
is
this doesn't
their
always
home.
work. It's their home.
And that's the other thing, sharing your home as a retiree.
Right?
You know,
Something you may not have planned on.
No, and a lot of them never did plan on it.
So what is the phone number that people can reach out to?
So ULSA's Grandparents Raising Grandchildren is 248-209-2721.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. We appreciate it. And this is an important program. People need that support. And what is that?
What is this? It's something that really goes well with Brooke's coffee today.
What is it?
It is a cookie. My friend Mary makes cookies,
Okay.
and she designed these.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I just ruined the surprise. These are my holiday gifts for my colleagues.
Oh, my
And I
goodness.
wanted to provide you with one of the first.
Thank you so much. Okay, well, she spoiled the surprise, but I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa. We appreciate you taking
Thank
the time
you for
to
having
be
me
here.
on.
Again, we've been speaking to Lisa Grodsky. She is the program manager at Oakland Livingston Human Service Agency. Coming up, do you know that some 13,000 Michigan children are in the foster care system? Well, coming up, we will introduce you to a local nonprofit that is helping foster children thrive, plus how you can get involved. All that is coming up when we come back with Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen.
A fresh start lets you refocus, helping you live in the moment, where you can take the lead or take a bow, basking in the glitz and the glow of winter. Because when the snow begins to fall, you feel the excitement rise. Set your sights on a winter wonderland as Fresh finds new ways forward in Pure Michigan.
Looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Love Lansing like a local. And we promise, you'll love Lansing just as much as we do.
Welcome back to Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. You know, one of the most magical places this time of year is not just the North Pole, but our sponsor, Time Warp Vintage in St. Clair Shores. With 19 Christmas trees representing the different decades, you'll find something for everyone. Eclectic, beautiful jewelry, vintage t-shirts, maybe even a Lions jersey, not to mention an entire Michigan section and an amazing toy collection. They do have two locations you want to check out. One is on Harper near 13 Mile in St. Clair Shores, and the other one is in Vegas in case you're looking for some warmer temperatures. Again, it is a beautiful place. You will find so much. It will take you back into your memory. Maybe even grab your parent or grandparent and take them, and they may find something from their childhood that would make the perfect gift. Again, that is Time Warp Vintage on Harper near 13 Mile in St. Clair Shores, also with a location in Vegas. Well, thank you so much. Welcome back to Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. We are broadcasting live from the beautiful Tuscan Cafe in downtown Northville on Main Street, so make sure you come in, say hi to Will and his team. They've got some wonderful lattes that you want to try out. Well, 13,000 Michigan children are in the foster care system, and that number is extremely high. 60% of foster children do not graduate high school, and more than 70% of foster care girls are pregnant by the age of 21, and 1 in 5 in foster care end up in jail also by the age of 21. Well, those statistics are from We Care Foster Care, which is a local nonprofit to help kids in this system not just survive, but to thrive. And our next guest is the executive director, is Alexis Ramsey. And Alexis, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, we just went through those statistics, and they're, first of all, the number of 13,000 kids in the foster care system. That is just in Michigan.
That's just in Michigan.
So that number is alarming in itself, and then there's the statistics that come behind it.
That's
so
right.
First of all, let's talk about the kids in foster care right now.
Well, people don't realize that kids in foster care have the lowest graduation rate in the state, and it's actually 15% lower than kids who are experiencing homelessness. But when you think about what they go through, some have 5, 6, 10 or more placements. Well, every time they change schools, they fall further and further behind. The research says it's about 4 to 6 months behind with every school transfer.
And some of them, you said, have up to how many?
As many as 10 or more.
What are the age of the majority of the foster care kids?
We work primarily with kids in the middle and high school ages. So what we're doing right now is we work with residential facilities. So these are the kids, 100% of our kids have been severely abused and neglected. Many are part of human trafficking. So they're very difficult to place at that time because the trauma that they've been through is so intense. So we work with residentials to help them get the education that they need to be successful. But how do you think about linear functions when you're thinking about where am I going to eat once I live? And where am
or
I
if you
gonna
don't feel
stay?
safe, that's a whole other issue, right?
So it's all about building relationships and building trust. So that's what we do at We Care is we come into those schools, we help build those relationships so that we can give them the educational tools that they need, but also when they move out of the residential facilities, we can stay with them. So we can help them, like this year we provided 1,500 servings of fruits and vegetables. They can give us a call in the holiday times. We have a gift share that's happening right now. So we can provide them with beds and home needs for when they're in semi-independent living placements.
So you mentioned older high school kids, and I've always heard, and I don't know this well, but the whole term aging out.
Aging out.
So let's talk about that for a minute, because I can imagine that a kid is in foster care the majority of their life or part of it, and then they turn a certain age. What is that age?
18. They can opt in to stay into foster care, but there's a stigma with foster care, which is unfortunate because there's a lot of people who are there trying to help. And the kids don't necessarily want to identify as being foster kids. And also the system has let them down. They've gone to failing schools. The agencies are very overworked. There's so many kids to work with. So 18 is when they can age out, but they can opt in. Mm-hmm.
How many kids opt in to stay?
That I'm not sure of specifically right now.
So
not enough.
I'm sure, right? Because if they opt in, then they're still in the system and can still be taken care of.
That's right.
Right?
But to a limited extent, right? And the problem is we just assume that kids, know better or they should know. But the kids tend to be sometimes very difficult to work with because of the trust issues. But once they know that you care about them, they're just amazing kids.
So you're at We Care. Mm-hmm. You guys do kind of a little bit of everything, right? I mean, you help the kids. You have resources available. What is the number one thing that you, as an organization, do to get the word out there?
The main thing we're doing right now is working with the residentials. So we also have partnerships with DHHS, with the Third Circuit Court as well. I've been the executive director. This is the beginning of my 3rd year here. And so education is really my background. But we have to go past that. So once they leave, it's really, I believe that many people would support kids in foster care if they knew how, right? So, for example, example, we just partnered with an orthodontist. One of our kids had braces and they've aged out and they don't have the money to get the braces off. So we've partnered with an orthodontist in Plymouth and they are seeing that child and helping to get the braces removed. We had a kid who we helped get a job, but they were waiting tables and they didn't have glasses and they had aged out. So we worked with an optical company to get them glasses so that they could do their job effectively.
So actually business people, professionals like dentists and eye doctors and doctors, I imagine, right? They can come to you and volunteer their services.
Absolutely.
And then you can assign them a child or, however they want to work it.
If you're a plumber, you could offer to repair one set of pipes. And that might be the difference of a child being able to be placed with family versus having to come into a residential system. If you're a teacher, you could volunteer to tutor online one child. If you are an orthodontist, really any profession that you have, we can help connect you with a kid in need and in a family in need.
And I would think that would be pretty important, not just because they're helping the child, but also the connection, right?
Absolutely.
There's somebody consistently, like that child's going to the same orthodontist, right? So there's kind of that connection of, oh, well, this person is helping me, and they build a relationship. It might be simple, but it's still the relationship.
It might seem simple to us as well, but it means the world. One of our first kids who we got braces for, she was a thumb sucker, well into her teens. So the orthodontist said, okay, I will help you with braces, but you need to stop sucking your thumb. So you need to go, I think it was 90 days without sucking your thumb. And if you get to day 85, we got to start over.
Oh, no.
But I will be there for you, and I will provide these braces for you. And the girl, she was so excited. She got to her 90 days, and she called, and that was somebody who made a commitment to her and followed through.
See, and that just shows the difference it makes.
Right. Less than 3% of kids in foster care go to university, although there's a lot of funding available. That child, someone showed up for them, followed through, and she went on, to college, and she's a thriving individual now. So
people can make a difference even when they don't realize that the opportunity and the chance is out there, right?
So if you go to our website, you will see that there's ways that you can volunteer, and we can help place you with that. We have a gift share coming up. So
yeah, tell me a little bit about that, because the holidays are upon us, and I know that the holidays are not always pleasant, and we kind of overlook that.
Right, and that can be the case for anyone, but for foster care kids, it's particularly that. So we have a gift share, and we are in partnership too with the Third Circuit Court in Wayne County, so they help identify some kids for us. We have our bed program and our educare programs. So we pick kids who we know are in specific need, and we order the gifts through Amazon. So you can just visit our website and you'll see the donate page, and you can donate.
Okay, so that's still available. Okay, and if people want to help you financially donate, they can do that there as well.
Yep.
Give me the website one more time.
Okay, it's www.wecarefostercare.org.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time and getting this information out there.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. And again, we have been speaking to the Executive Director, Alexis Ramsey. Coming up, well, family issues are on the table. We can all relate to that, but we're talking about the holiday table, and we're talking about the new show that is opened at the Farmington Barn. Opening weekend, just this past weekend, but 2 more weekends coming up. We'll see how that all goes when we continue with Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, coming back right after this.
The heart of winter. It beats inside you. It's that thing urging you outside when the forecast calls for snow. Some were born with it. For others, it was carved with care. But for all who take winter to heart, it's time. Feel the rhythm of the season and pursue your Pure in Pure, Michigan.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. On your TV, on your phone, on the web. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
When the temps drop and the snow starts falling, yeah, Traverse City is just warming up. Explore a snow globe of adventure. Hit the slopes. Hike through snow-covered forests. Or get cozy with some local flavor. Plan your escape to winter's best-kept secret. This is TC. It's totally cool. It's Traverse City.
A message from Detroit to everybody. The adventurers, the explorers, the nomads, and the foodies, the art enthusiasts, and the music lovers. When you're ready to come, Detroit is ready to go. From shopping and museums to restaurants, parks, and more, Motown has way too much to do in just a single day. When the time is right, all this is waiting for you in Detroit. Begin planning your next trip at visitdetroit.com.
Conversations with Brooke Allen. We are live from our new location, which is Tuscan Cafe in downtown Northville, right on Main Street. Come in, try a turmeric latte. I didn't think I was going to like it, but guess what? I did. It's excellent. So come in and try it. We are talking to Anne from the Farmington Barn, and Christmas and family drama, of course, happens to be the subject of the new comedy, which is open. It opened this past weekend, right?
Yes, it was our opening weekend.
Okay, so tell me the name of the show.
A Nice Family Christmas.
I can imagine it is anything but nice.
That's correct, yes.
You know, the thing, I almost thought about auditioning for this show, but the thing that got me was it was a journalist, I think, right?
Yes.
Who starts kind of all the mayhem.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the show.
So it takes, there is a journalist who comes, he's one of the 3 adult children who comes to his mother's house for Christmas. Grandma is also there, so it's 3 generations of family. Each of the family members that shows up is dealing with some sort of problem independently and privately away from the family, but then mom puts them up to a challenge and they reveal their problems and then they all work together to solve them.
Oh, so it has a happy, oh, maybe you shouldn't tell us.
It does, well, it does, yeah.
Oh, does it have a happy ending?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so question I have, is this suitable for everyone or is...
No,
okay,
it is definitely PG-13.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys, how was opening weekend?
Wonderful. We had fantastic audiences. It was great.
Very cool. So, okay, so you have 2 more weekends?
2 more weekends, yes.
Okay.
We run through the 16th.
Okay, so you run through the 16th and then shows Friday, Saturday, and Sundays?
So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next weekend, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday of closing weekend.
Okay, and I think you told me before we went on that Sundays are sold out, right?
Next Sunday is sold out, yes.
Okay, so how fun was it directing the show?
It was so much fun. When you build a cast of characters and you get these actors who are strangers, it's amazing to see them work together and really show a relationship because they need to portray a family.
Right.
And these actors need to look like they actually grew up together, and they've done it, and it's fabulous.
So how long was the rehearsal process for this?
We rehearsed for about 6 weeks.
Oh, okay. Not like a musical, right? Where you audition for rehearse for 18 weeks. So is this your first show that you directed at the barn, or?
No, this is my 3rd show, and then I've directed workshops and 1 acts as well.
Okay, and are you an actor yourself?
Yes, I am.
Oh, see? I love that.
Yes.
So for the barn, people who may not have heard of it, where's it located?
We are located on 12 Mile, just west of Orchard Lake Road in Farmington Hills. We are behind a big yellow farmhouse across from the library.
Yes. Yeah, so you don't want to cross 12 Mile there, I know.
No, no.
It's a little sketchy doing that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so you definitely want to be careful. Tickets still available, and those can be purchased online or at the box office?
Online at our website, farmingtonplayers.org.
Okay.
And if you go to the website, you'll have our box office phone number as well.
So can people walk in?
Yes, yes. You can also
get a
walk
ticket
in.
too?
Yes.
Okay. And of course, it's a lot of fun going to a show there. You've got the 50-50 raffle. There's, of course, snacks. And, I mean, it's just a great atmosphere. The barn has been around forever, it seems.
We're celebrating our 70th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
So we've been around a while.
Right.
But as you know, community theater is really high-quality theater.
It is.
You know, Detroit has the fabulous professional theaters, but people really need to visit their community theaters because the performances are top-notch, and they're very affordable.
Right. So, and saying that, right, some people may say, oh, well, I'm only going to the Fisher Theater, or I'm only, but really, the barn is amazing.
Yes, it is.
What is the next production? Do you know?
So we're doing Lend Me a Tenor in February or March, and then our spring musical is Something Rotten, which is fabulous.
Does that close out the season?
Yes.
It does. You always close out the season with a musical, and I do not sing or dance.
Oh, well, you'll have to come and see it.
I will, for sure. Well, I'm hoping to come and see this show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
The barn is one of my favorite places, and I look forward to it. So thank you, Ann.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. And coming up, we have our December act of Caffeinated Kindness. It is something you can all join in, and a hint, it involves this. We'll explain when we come back from the Tuscan Cafe. We are live. This is Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen.
Hey, welcome to Michigan Fun, the show where we check out the state's top festivals and events.
Join host Mike Sukent as he talks with guests from all across Michigan.
How are you doing, Mike? How's everybody in fair festival land out there?
Get the inside scoop on what's happening at festivals and events across the state.
A lot of concerts and free family fun, you name it, and we have it.
Your secret's safe with us. I thought mermaids were fictitious beings.
We got everything at Pirate Festival.
I mean, this is countdown.
Countdown, only a couple of weeks away.
You guys busy there in Grand Haven?
Yeah, just a little bit. We're hoping the weather is holding. We've called Mother Nature. I don't know if I can do much, but Mother Nature and we have an understanding.
I mean, people are coming to these events and these fairs and these festivals. They just want to have a good time.
It is one of those events that is so much fun.
That will be a lot of fun.
A fresh start lets you refocus, helping you live in the moment, where you can take the lead or take a bow, basking in the glitz and the glow of winter. Because when the snow begins to fall, you feel the excitement rise. Set your sights on a winter wonderland as Fresh finds new ways forward in pure Michigan.
We know it's the holiday season when my gift basket from Great Harvest Bread Company in Okemos has arrived.
We love Great Harvest Bread Company in Okemos.
Welcome back to Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. We are live from our new location, which is Tuscan Cafe in downtown Northville, right on Main Street. Come and say hi to Will and his team. We are so grateful to be here. And of course, downtown Northville decorated for the holiday season, which of course is all about giving season. And that is why we are so excited to announce our act of Caffeinated Kindness for December. Kim Johnson is the co-founder of Teen Clean Closet. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, don't.
It's a little
TCC is the little abbreviation we use.
Okay, I like that. TCC. Okay, Kim, tell me what TCC is.
So Teen Clean Closet is a nonprofit that we operate primarily out of the Royal Oak area. And what our objective is to provide hygiene items to anyone really in the area that needs them at no cost in a no questions asked atmosphere.
How big of a, I don't want to say problem, but I mean, this is really relevant.
It is very relevant. So Teen Clean Closet started in October of 2017, and our concept was literally just a closet. Modern day, we have 6 full-time locations, 3 in our school system, and 3 what we consider to be more public locations. We have a mini closet in one of our elementary schools, and we support a lot of our community partners, think food banks, that type of thing. It is a very significant issue.
And kids, you mentioned being, some are embarrassed sometimes, or you would think that they have what they need, but they don't. And these items like deodorant or toothbrushes, I mean, they get bullied for that stuff, right?
And that was our core. One of the reasons we started at the teen level was because the teenage years are so hard, and for the reasons you mentioned. When you get stuck with a stigma it can follow you into adulthood. And so an intervention like Team Clean Closet, making products available in a no questions asked atmosphere with no cost, really can be a life-altering opportunity for some of these young people. And that's not to be understated. When they can come to an administrator in their building and say, we don't have this at home, or oftentimes an administrator or teacher will suspect and offer that option, then they can also solve their own problem. And then we're instilling a sense of confidence. We're also allowing a relationship to be built. There's a lot of good that comes just from being able to get your own hygiene items.
And that's so, I mean, it's so interesting because we don't think about that.
We don't. There's a lot of focus on food insecurity and housing, even medical care, which hygiene can go hand in hand with that as well. And sometimes it's overlooked, and that's okay because there are a lot of things that are happening right now, but it's important, and it helps in so many ways. Confidence, it can help alleviate illnesses. If we can teach and provide items for good hygiene, we can also decrease medical needs potentially. Good oral hygiene prevents needs for repeat dental visits. There's a lot of things that all
has a ripple
together.
effect.
It does.
Right? And you don't really think about that.
You don't, because when you and I get up, we take a shower, we put on deodorant, we brush our teeth, we do our hair, but what if those things aren't available? And what's the easiest way to get them? Through the schools.
So, okay, so you are our Caffeinated Kindness Act for December.
Yes, thank you so much.
You are welcome. And because I have tweens, not teens yet, but they're tweens. They act like teenagers. And I can just imagine how this must be for kids. So tell me how we can help you.
So right now, our usage in our 6 locations is up 20% year over year from 2022. Obviously due to inflation, but we also did an expansion. So now we're helping at our senior community center closet. So we always make the joke that the seniors are grandfathered in because they used to be teens too.
Right.
So right now what we need the most of are our everyday products.
Okay.
So think deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, hand soap, chapstick, moisturizer. Michigan's about to get real harsh. I know it's very nice outside today, but it's going to get cold.
Right.
And so we want to make sure they're protecting their skin, they're protecting their lips, they're doing the basic oral hygiene, they're cleaning their bodies. Just things like basic hygiene needs that you and I use every day.
What about feminine hygiene products?
Period products are always needed, always used, always distributed. Period products have gone up about 15%, so they're doubling the rate of inflation right now. Governor Whitmer did repeal the period products tax, which has helped, but they're expensive, so we can always use period products.
Okay, so there's not a location that people can drop off items, or is there?
There are 2.
Okay.
So 2 of our public locations are the Royal Oak Senior Center Community Center, and that's near Royal Oak High School. Okay. You can drop off there during the day between 9 and 4. And then we have the Metro Detroit Youth Club, which is in the south end of Royal Oak on Lincoln and Campbell. And again, 9 to 4, you can drop off there. If someone's in the area, we can always come into a pickup. But preferred probably would be a wish list donation. We have an Amazon wish list.
Okay, so how do people find that?
So you can just go to Amazon and search Team Clean Closet. You can also go to our website, which is teamcleancloset.com. And in the upper right-hand corner, there's a donate button. Okay. And it's got links to everything. On our website, we also have another page that offers additional resources. So if anybody sees this and might need additional resources in our area, there's some links to some additional resources for
okay, and of course we'll put your link on our website too, so people can get involved. And do you need volunteers at all?
Right now we don't. Okay. 3 of our locations are in the schools, so with security being what it is, we try to keep that pretty tight. But you can always follow us on our social media, and if the opportunity opportunity comes up for volunteers, that's what we'll let you know.
Okay, perfect. And I know I found you on Facebook.
Yes, we did connect.
Yeah,
your work at Great Harvest and your coat drive.
Yes. So it was so, it's been so interesting to connect. And if you really just pay attention to the posts you're seeing, and honestly, it was the name that I was like, I wonder what that is, right? So thank you for all you do, and we're happy to help for the month of December. We hope you get a lot of donations. Again, the Amazon wish list, right?
Yes.
Okay. And anything else that you want people to know?
Just share the conversation. I guess it's not always, sometimes you don't have the extra funds right now to make the donations, and even with the previous guests, a lot of us are just have conversations. And we know that what we do is hard, and sometimes it's deep, and sometimes it's sad, but having conversation and putting it out in the open provides opportunities to help solve those problems and take them out of the shadows, and I think that's important.
And it all builds community.
It does. It does. People want to help. They just don't know how. And if you are specific and can have conversations, it'll make a difference. We're making a difference.
Okay. Well, you know what? Thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, and thank you for having us.
Oh, no. My pleasure. And again, we will put their link on our website for Teen Clean Closet, or TCC. Oh, I said it.
Excellent.
Yes, thank you. Well, listen, before we go to break, if you go to Caffeinated Conversations with BrookeAllen.com, you'll find not only previous episodes, but also a list of our segments that you can actually send us an idea. So that's pretty important to me. But I also want to give a special mention about the one segment, What Are You Talking About? Because that has been kind of the basis of this whole show, has been, what is the community talking about? What do you want to know? What do you need to know? Or what do you want to share? So please go to the website. It is Caffeinated Conversations with BrookeAllen.com. You can go through our segments, and you can hit the What Are You Talking About tab. And if there's something you do want to talk about, please fill it out. It will send an email directly to me and Christina, my executive producer. We will respond to you. And it's just, it really is important. It's one of the bases for the show. So super important to me. So please feel free to do that. Or any other segment out there. I know Tragic Com is something we have not hit on yet. Of course, that's all about dating. We'll get to that soon, I promise. Look at what's coming up next week on Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, plus some special thank yous. That is all coming up next. Again, we are reporting live. I can't believe I said that. We are live from Tuscan Cafe in downtown Northville.
Feeling good.
A fresh start lets you refocus, helping you live in the moment, where you can take the lead or take a bow, basking in the glitz and the glow of winter. Because when the snow begins to fall, you feel the excitement rise. Set your sights on a winter wonderland as Fresh finds new ways forward in Pure, Michigan.
Looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Love Lansing like a local. And we promise, you'll love Lansing just as much as we do.
Welcome back to the Tuscan Cafe in downtown Northville. You are watching a live broadcast of Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. I'm Brooke Allen. Thank you so much for spending your Monday with us. Well, if you're looking for a way to stay in shape this holiday season and beyond, check out our presenting sponsor, which is Alloy Personal Training Rochester. It is not a one-size-fits-all. They'll design a fitness plan based on your needs, goals, also your ability. The Alloy Rochester Club is in the City Life Plaza in the southeast corner of Tinkin and Rochester Road. It's a beautiful facility. You can find them at alloypersonaltraining.com. Type in Rochester, Michigan. And also, we want to give a big shout out to My Michigan TV, which features live and on-demand streaming about all things Michigan. That is also one way you're watching this show. So thank you. We want to say thank you to Dave and his team, of course, Jared, back in the control room. So again, thank you. If you want to watch free, add the app to your smartphone or smart TV, and you can find My Michigan TV in the App Store. Well, of course, this is the time of the show where I say all my thank yous, and you know, it's always a revolving long list. Of course, I want to say thank you to my executive producer, Christina McDaniels, who is running the show today. Thank you, Christina. She's also the one who hands me all these papers in between segments, so I appreciate that because she keeps me on track. Also, Dave Scott, we mentioned him. Jason Waldron, one of our sponsors from Time More Vintage. He is actually off to the side checking out our Facebook comments, and there are a lot of them, so I know that we haven't answered your questions, but I promise you that we will get you the answers that you're asking after the show is over. So give us about a day on responding to those. Of course, always have to thank my mom and my stepdad, also my dad Tim, and everyone else in our lives who have made this show possible. We do want to give another big caffeinated thanks out to the businesses and organizations which are allowing us to stream on their Facebook pages today. Our presenting sponsor, of course, Alloy Personal Training Rochester. Another one of our sponsors, Jason from Time More Vintage. My Michigan TV, Skinny Teas, Artisan Bath and Skincare. Also, my own Facebook page, Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. Also for today, the Farmington Barn. So thank you so much for doing that. We appreciate it. And of course, you can watch the stream back on any of those pages. And if you do, please share the stream too. It's been amazing to see how all the shares have come in from last week's show, and I'm expecting it will happen again for this week's show. And of course, if you want to keep the conversation going all time, you can give us a follow on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at Brooke Allen Official. Also online at caffeinatedconversationswithbrookeallen.com. You can reach out to us there. I promise you, send us an email, we will respond to you. You can find us on Apple and Spotify, of course. Please leave a review. Any engagement helps us out. Of course, we are a new show, as I've said. This is episode 4, so very exciting. So coming up next week on Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, how to manage stress during the holidays. Plus, we will be having our very first women's health segment, and we'll be talking about yoga, actually quite a bit of yoga, so stay tuned for that. Join us next week, of course, Monday, 10 a.m. from the Tuscan Cafe in downtown Northville. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great week. Keep the coffee hot. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.